All right, guys, what's up? G Funk, I'm back. Um, I know some of you guys might be a little upset that I'm doing a video here about something that's not related to boxing, you know. But you know, it's not my channel's not exclusive strictly to boxing. Every now and then I'll do a video on other sports, um, other topics with sports. I'm gonna just send this link out real quick to everybody so I could get people to check out the video while I'm live here. I want to say thanks to you guys joining me here. I'm going to talk about this tragedy, man. This is a tragic event that happened today with Kobe Bryant and his daughter. And what I'm hearing now, there's another family involved that was in the helicopter. Unbelievable, man. Just, for something like that to happen, crazy, man. Crazy. Um, as you can see, from what I got on here. Definitely not a Laker fan. Uh, I'm a Sacramento King to the death, to the heart, man. That's my motherfucking heart. The Kings, Um, you know, there was a big rivalry between the Lakers and the Kings back in the early part of this 2000s here, and man, this is crazy, man. Crazy to hear, to see. Um, just real tragic, man. But I'm not gonna talk about Kobe's career. I'm not gonna critique his career, talking about where I think I have him ranked all time or anything like that. Um, I think that's for another video. But I do think that he's one of the 10 best players to ever play um, in the NBA. I've gotten to a lot of big debates over Kobe Bryant in the past with some of my friends, co-workers, etc. You know, um, he was adored by a lot of guys, a lot of sports fans, especially Laker fans. Man, you couldn't say one bad thing about Kobe Bryant without these guys losing their mind. you know, um, and it wasn't that I was, I mean, I've been called a lot of things when it comes to Kobe Bryant. I've been called a hater. Um, a lot of things, but I just gave my honest opinion on where, I thought he was as a player. And like I said, I'm not going to really go deep into that today because this is just a terrible event that happened. Um, you know, for something like this, so just out of nowhere to happen to him, and then his daughter on the helicopter with him also. Man, very sad, very sad. And my heart goes out to his family. Uh, this terrible thing that to die in a crash, a plane crash. Unbelievable. But what I do want to say is this, man. You know, being again a Sacramento Kings fan, as you can see right here on my chest. And you can see right here also. I got the crown happening. Um, I can't help but think about Kobe Bryant and think about this right here. I'm going to show you. This is now on my channel here again. I talk about boxing, and I have this segment that I do that's called VHS Classics. And as you can see right here, I got the blue screen. That means the VCR is on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you guys a little something here. This is what I can't help but think about this when I think about Kobe Bryant. Check this out. River City or Sacktown. LA is Tinseltown, the city of angels, La La Land. Sacramento's main industry is the state government. I know the tracking is bad, but not much I can do about that.
season in a row. The Kings and the Lakers.
See Doug Christie right there with Kobe Bryant.
It's the most anticipated playoff series in recent years. The upstart, high-scoring Kings versus the star-studded, two-time defending Lakers. It's the clash of the California Titans. The Kings versus the Lakers. Next.
This is game two. Game two of that Western Conference Finals in 2002. In my opinion, the best conference finals ever that I've ever seen. You can see the static from the antenna. This is old school stuff, man. This is how far I go back, you know. There he is.
Has been sick all day. Will he play? How effective will Kobe Bryant be? We'll take that. We know one thing. Shaq's feeling all right despite the toe. Based on game one performances, Mike Bibby, he said he's not going to miss 14 shots in game two. And then there's Chris Webber. Will he be all smiles after this one is all said and done? Sacramento looks to even up the series with the LA Lakers. It is game two of the Western Conference Finals. Here's your Southwest.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down for a second and just talk about what's going on here. See, actually, Grant Neighbor's gonna speak on it real quickly here. Listen.
How big is this game for Sacramento? Well, let me put it to you this way. No team has ever lost the first two games at home and got on to win a conference final. So, Jerry Reynolds, you better believe this is pretty much a must-win for Rick Adelman and company.
Well, everybody knows that. It's certainly just a matter of the Kings playing as well the first quarter as they did the final three on Saturday.
Jerry, how about the first quarter for the Lakers on Saturday? That's pretty much where they won the game. They came out and they caught fire early.
Again, they came out and punched us in the mouth game one. They stole game one from us at home. But what happened was, apparently Kobe Bryant ordered a cheeseburger from room service during this series. It came down with food poisoning. A lot of conspiracy theories went on about that. You know, that it was intentional, you know, to try to get the Kings to you know, get them out the game so that the Kings could win the game, you know. Pretty funny stuff, man. But listen.
Service. He came down with food poisoning. He is on the court. He is warming up. But about 45 minutes ago, the trainer for the Lakers, Gary Vitti, updated us on Kobe's condition.
Kobe did play this game. He did play. I think he actually had a pretty good game too. But the Kings did come out on top this game here. This is game two, guys. I have game 5. In game 6 and game 7 on this same tape right here. You know, heartbreaking series, of course, for the Kings. We come up short, but, you know, these are great memories for me to have, to keep. And again, I can't help but think about when I think Kobe Bryant, and there he is again right there. Can't help but think about these guys, and I think about this rivalry here that we have with the Lakers. You know, you just have to be from Sacramento to understand how big this thing was, you know. And it's crazy, man. I got my boy D Style here. He's gonna join me. Let me go ahead and let him in real quick.
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I got you. What's up, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, man? Man.
Not much, bro. Just showing some of my VHSs of the Kings versus Lakers, man. I was just saying how
series, bro. Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying how I can't help, you know, I can't think about Kobe Bryant without thinking about that series, man. It's impossible, you know. Impossible for me. But you know what, man? You know, I moved on eventually. I hated this guy for a long time, man. I mean, like I was saying, you have to understand. You have to just understand coming from where we come from, man. We're a small team. We didn't have a lot of success, and then beating Kobe Bryant and Shaq was like climbing Mount Everest for us. You know.
Right. Wow. Yeah, like if you won that series, I mean, you're NBA Finals champions. I mean,
absolutely, man. That to me that was the finals.
Yeah, it was.
That was the finals to me. You know,
it felt like the Cowboys-Niner games. You know, back in the day.
Exactly, man.
You know, but I just want to say, man. First of all, I'm still in shock, man.
Yeah, me
Like, I
too.
still feel like, am I gonna wake up? Like it's like surreal. It's just like a surreal. It's just hard to describe, man. Um, Kobe is one of my favorite athletes of all time, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, as people, I mean, I'm a Lakers fan anyway, right? But I have a lot of memories just watching this guy play. You know, like when he beat the Celtics and he got on that table when he raised that number 5 in the air, and he just yelled like, "Yeah!" Like whatever. Like I felt that. You know what I mean? Like, but I could barely hear you, Funk. I don't know if my volume's down. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
A little bit. Sound low on my end. I don't know why.
All right. How about now?
A little better.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize you were a Laker fan until we started doing those shows together on your channel. But
Yeah.
I want to show you something real quick, man. This was just earlier this month. I went to a Kings game, and I got a picture with somebody, and I want to just show it to everybody real quick here. Let me turn on my camera real quick. Okay. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. But that's me with Doug Christie at the game. I know it's a bad lighting, but Doug Christie was the guy who guarded Kobe Bryant for all those years when the Kings and the Lakers had their thing going, man. And man,
Respect to Doug Chris.
yeah, man, dude. He gave Kobe some fits, man. Now, I mean, Kobe got his. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're not gonna stop Kobe Bryant. You're just not gonna do that in a game. But
try to contain him. Yeah.
Yeah, he man, Christie was one of the best defenders I've ever seen play the game. And Kobe, man, geez, I don't know how many times this guy came in here and hit big shots against us. I mean, I remember the game. We had a game here against the Lakers. Can't remember exactly what year it was, but our team was on the verge of leaving us, man. The Malou family was going to sell the team. They're going to go to Seattle. Like, it was just a lot of uncertainty going on with the Kings. And the last game that we had at the old Arco Arena was against the Lakers, the last home game of the year. And the Kings sucked that year. I mean, we were terrible. And the Lakers were the championship team that year. This is when you guys had Gasol, Odom. You guys had that team that won. And somehow, some way, we made it a game. These young guys that we had, they made it a game. The game actually went into overtime. We had a chance to win it, and this guy hits a damn three-pointer, man, and wins the game for the Lakers, man. I was so mad, but that's the kind of guy he was, man. That's one thing I got to give him, man. Even though, like I said, I had a hate for him through his career because of, obviously the rivalry that we had. It wasn't personal or anything like that. It was just strictly sports. But, man, it just, broke my heart, man. He broke my heart too many times, but I do feel sorry, for his family. And this is just a terrible tragedy, man, to have this happen, in a helicopter crash. And then with his daughter and now I'm hearing there's a basketball coach or something and his wife and his daughter.
So it was Orange Coach College basketball coach. I apologize if I butcher his name, but John Altobelli. Does it sound familiar?
No, I don't. I've never heard of him.
But it was an Orange Coach College basketball coach. His wife and daughter as well.
Wow.
And of course, there's the guy who was flying the helicopter.
Yeah, the pilot. Yeah.
There was no survivors, unfortunately. First they said it was 5, and then reports came out. It's like, dude, this story was getting worse and worse.
I know.
Like Kobe Bryant died. Like, what? Like, what do you mean Kobe died? You know what I mean? And 5 other people, like, what? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Like, literally, my phone died, dude. Like, I was gone. I was out with the family all day today. And as soon as I got to where we were going, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who's a big Kings fan, just like me. And he's like, dude, Kobe's dead. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, Kobe
it felt
Bryant
like a
is
joke,
dead.
right? It felt like a joke at first. Yeah.
yeah, and then like, I kept looking on my phone, like, I'm looking at all my sports apps. I'm like, I'm not seeing nothing here. Like, I see TMZ reporting it, but like I don't see ESPN. I'm not seeing Bleacher Report. Like nobody's saying nothing here. Like, is this real or what? Like, I
So
mean,
I
turns out
kind
it
of felt
was.
the same way. My brother texted me, "R.I.P. Kobe," right?
Mm,
And look, I don't know. People call me stupid or whatever. But my first thought was he's a LeBron fan, right?
mm-hmm.
Well, because he surpassed them in like points. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I was trying to figure out like what he means. 'Cause I hadn't heard anything either. And then when he said, "No, dude, like he died," I'm like, "What?" And then you know what I thought? I thought it was one of those fake RIPS that happen on social media.
Mm-hmm.
There was one. I don't know if you remember when RIP Jim Carrey was trending.
Oh
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
was at a time where people didn't have a reason to like not believe this stuff because like who lies about that? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like damn, I can't believe Jim Carrey's dead. But then it turned like Jim Carrey tweeted out like I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like I'm fine. Like you know what I mean? And they couldn't even they didn't even know where it came from. They were just like it just went viral. Um, but man, I was devastated when Chris Cornell, the singer of Soundgarden,
Soundgarden,
yeah,
Audio
and
Slave, yeah.
Slave, Temple of the Dog, the whole nine. I was devastated when he passed away. That one hit me hard. I was gonna go see Soundgarden live that Saturday, dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I never got to see him, man, and I never got to see Kobe Bryant play either. Which is that's one of my regrets in life. And I know people say like, live life with no regrets. I think we all have some regrets, but
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to see Kobe play. I never got to do it. My fault, right? But dude played long enough for me to go see him. But it just never happened. And played in Texas several times. Dallas, San Antonio had several chances. Phoenix, the Suns, right? He played several times there, but for whatever reason, I never got to see him play. But I got to be honest, man, this one hit me harder than the Chris Cornell one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it just hit there was just something about it. Like I didn't even know how I was feeling at first, and I realized like, dude, like I'll confess to you, man, I saw a tweet from Shaq, right?
Mm-hmm.
And dude, like I shed a tear, dude. Like it hit me. You know what I mean?
Man, I was almost right there too. I came home and I put on ESPN and they were showing like a video tribute to him, and they started to talk about his daughter, about how she almost kind of took on his personality as a fierce competitor that he was. How she wanted to be she wanted to be in the WNBA, and I guess just hearing the stories about the little girl and stuff, and I'm a father. I have a daughter myself, man. Like it was, I was almost right there with you, man. I almost almost let one go, man. But wow, it is, and it's crazy to hear this, man. It really is crazy.
It is, dude. Like I am in so much like shock, dude. Like I just it's like I really am. Like never in a million years that I think anytime soon is Kobe Bryant gonna die. Like that was never like a
Right.
thing, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like he had cancer or something, and it was like, Kobe's got cancer, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, he's gone. Like, you expect it. It just happened like boom.
It happened out of nowhere, and I just, man, it hit me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to find here. Man, where's Shaq's?
Oh, his tweet.
Yeah, I'm looking for his tweet.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people that reached out, man. I seen a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of athletes, and not just from the NBA, but from like Tiger Woods, Tom Brady.
Not just from American sports, bro, from the world, bro. You know what I mean? like Kobe Bryant knew dudes from like soccer. Like a lot of people don't know this, but
Yeah.
take that back. A lot of people do know that the guy, that the guy was a big soccer fan. Because
Hmm.
if I forget the country, I believe it. Don't hold me to this. I think it was Italy where he grew up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I believe his dad played basketball over there. So naturally, when you're over there, you're going to grow up with kids that play soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So he played it a lot, growing up. Um, man,
Yeah, this is terrible, man. Terrible news to hear. You know, I shared some good memories as soon as I started the the show here, showing the old VHSs that I had of the Kings versus Lakers, and that,
yeah,
in my opinion, the best conference finals series ever. Man, that thing was just at an all-time high, especially, like I said, especially being from where I'm from, man. I was actually, it's the craziest thing, man, with this series. The first two games we had home court, and the first two games were here in Sacramento. We lost the first game, we won the second game, and then we go down to LA for two. Now, the funny thing is that same weekend, I believe it was a Friday that we played game three. My whole family was actually driving down to Los Angeles for my uncle's wedding. So it's like we were almost like it was weird, man. It was almost like we were traveling with the Kings there, and then we get there and we listen to the game on the radio, and we just kicked their ass that game. I mean, I think we won that game by like 20 points. We go up 2-1 in the series, and we're flying high, dude. I mean, we get down there, we see our family because they're all Laker fans down there. We're talking shit, And then the next game comes around. We go to Disneyland, right? And we get there early. We all got our Kings gear on, just like I got right now. Hats, jerseys, everything, And I mean, people are just trashing us, dude. We're walking through Disneyland. They're booing us. They're talking all kinds of crap. And that was later on that day was the game that Robert Horry hit that damn three at the buzzer to win the game.
remember that?
Yeah, but I mean, we had I have a lot of good memories of watching this guy play, Kobe, man. A lot of good memories.
Man, I mean, this is just Shay, man. So this is what Shaq tweeted out. Let me just read this here. So he said, "This is at Shaq. Kobe was so much more than an athlete. He was a family man. That was what we had most in common. I would hug his children like they were my own, and he would embrace my kids like they were his own. You know what I mean?" And then he tweets out that his daughter was born the same day his daughter was born.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew that. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you were really like, following them or whatever, But that this is, just a shame, man.
Yeah, man, it really is, man. And what's more strange than anything to me is like a few things. Like I came home, I turned on the TV, and I see, it says Kobe Bryant, and it has, the year he was born, and then 2020. Not only was that shocking, but it's what's also shocking is, at least for me, is when it says he was 41. Like he's always a young guy to me,
Bro, like that is young, dude. Like.
But I mean, because like he's one of the first guys like to come out of high school and go straight to the NBA. And I remember like I watched this guy's entire career. I remember the hype, that they had on this guy, like coming out of high school. They're like, this guy's gonna be the next Michael Jordan, already out of high school,
That is nuts, bro.
Yeah, and I remember watching him win the dunk contest with the dunk going between the legs. I just, like I said, I always picture him just a young guy, and then like 41, it's like, damn, he was really 41, like that.
Dude,
Kobe,
let me put it in perspective, bro. Okay, like, man. George Foreman was older when he won his second world title, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how old Pacquiao is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine like, if you heard the news that Manny Pacquiao died, like you know what I mean? Like it would be like what? Like what? It's or if you heard Floyd Mayweather died, like it's just like what do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, crazy. I remember seeing ESPN cut to the game that he scored 81 on the Raptors.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was crazy to see somebody put up numbers like that. You know, I have a lot of family members that were Laker fans, so you know, they were all hitting me up. Kobe's going for 100. You know, he's he getting ready to break Wilt Chamberlain's record right now. You know, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I put on ESPN and they're showing the game. And he's got like 70 points or something like that. I'm like, it was really is going for 100 tonight.
Hey, you know what?
Man.
If you really wanted to, you could have probably pulled it off, man. They probably wouldn't have won the game if one guy's trying to score so many. But hey, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I can tell you this, man, as a young kid, especially growing up here, like I said, in Sacramento with the Heater rivalry, my friends and I, you know, we would play a lot of basketball when we were teenagers, and you know, there would always be that one guy that thought he was Kobe. You know, every time he touched the damn ball, he's shooting. So, you know, he would always be the the joke. You know, like, oh, here comes Kobe. Like, I ain't playing with Kobe today. Fuck that. You know, this dude don't pass the ball. You know, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, I got older as time went on, and you know, the hate that I had for him because he beat my team and stopped us from winning a championship, you know, that eventually passed. You know, I did as far, I think I want to say about 3 years ago, because I do a top 10 list. You know, I just do it with my friends. You know, as far as the top NBA guys of all time. I had just put him in there a few years back. I had him right there on the outskirts of it, you know, but I decided to move him in a couple years ago. You know, I think he deserves it. He's to me, the second best shooting guard to ever play basketball, right next to Michael Jordan, who I think is the best player ever.
Yeah.
But you know, to me, you know, he did it. He emulated Jordan the best out of anybody, man. I mean, he had the fadeaway jump shot like him, the footwork. You know, he
But
had
I
the frame
remember
like him, everything, man.
I saw an interview of Kobe like this was years ago, but where like he was being interviewed like, oh, I like how you do this and you do that, like you know what I mean? He's like, man, I stole all these moves, like
Right,
yeah, I
right.
stole all these moves from a lot of greats. I just kind of, you know,
Yeah.
but, yeah, man, this guy, man, he was some man. You know what I mean? Like he had a tenacity in him, and you could just tell like when the game was on the line, like he wanted that ball. You know,
Mhm.
it's like he really did. And people could say what they want, man, but you know, I felt confident with the game on the line with Kobe Bryant in the court. You know, it wasn't a guarantee, but you know, if I'd rather be on his team than against him. You know,
Right.
and then man, I was so happy when, like, I mean, I wasn't happy when Shaq left as a Laker fan. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I was so happy when he won a championship without Shaq. You know what I mean? Because all the talk about, oh, he can't win one without Shaq and this, that, and the third. And then you remember how Shaq had won one with the Heat.
Yeah.
So, and it was like, well, it was Shaq that made the championships. And here comes Kobe. You know what I mean? He did outdo Shaq. He won two. Shaq won one without themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows how many they would have won if they actually got along towards the end there. But
Yeah. You know, what's funny is Kobe, and I've already mentioned it earlier about how he, you know, he had the reputation as a selfish guy, you know, touch and shoot. He's open everywhere on the court. I mean, which is true in a lot of cases, you know. But the thing is this, Kobe, you know, as selfish as he was at times on the court, he actually changed up his style of play for the betterment of the team. You know, like when after the first three-peat that you guys had in the early part of this century, Phil went away. Phil Jackson. Shaq goes away, and the Lakers are kind of in the basement of the NBA. They weren't very good. I think they actually missed the playoffs one year. And Kobe was, putting up shots. He was averaging over 30. He was just basically doing what he wanted. He had the green light. Phil came back, and guess what? Now you got to go back to the system. You're not going to be getting the type of shots he was getting before I got here. We're gonna run the triangle, and we're gonna win a couple championships. We're gonna be successful running the system, not just running pass the ball to Kobe and get out the way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that gets overlooked in Kobe's career, is that he actually changed up that style of his play for the betterment of the team. And that's a very unselfish thing to do, because he could have said, no, I don't want Phil back. I want to get 30. I want to score 30 every night. I want to average 30 every year.
I mean, look, man, basketball is that, obviously all team sports are a team sport. You know what I mean? But basketball really is that sport where, sometimes that one guy does have to take over. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is sometimes. And in the words of Michael Jordan, there's no I in team, but there is I in win. You know, and in basketball, one guy really can make that difference. And to me, I think Kobe had an instinct. He knew when it was time to play with your team, pass the ball, and he knew, you know what, I got to take over this game. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean he was always right. I mean, no one's undefeated in basketball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, he had it better than most. Aside from Jordan, who else? That's me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. LeBron James is an amazing player, but I'm not as a fan of his mentality in the court. You know what I mean?
Right. I knew a lot of guys that were quite upset with LeBron going to the team a couple years back.
I don't mind LeBron with the Lakers, and I've always told people I do believe he's going to get at least one championship with the Lakers. LeBron is too talented not to go back there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And how old is LeBron right now? 34, 35?
He is 34. Him and I were born the same year, but he's born. Actually, no. You know what? No, he's 35. Yeah, because I'm 35. He turns 35 later in the year. He just turned 35, I think.
He's got a solid 2.5 years or so to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could probably still play. As he could, but basketball is that one sport where, man, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? If you could keep playing if you're 40, but it's you may have to, kind of take a backseat. I know LeBron wants to do that, if he wants to keep playing. So he has a good 3 years, I would say, to win a championship in LA, and I think he'll do it. I don't know if they'll win it this year, but they're going deep in the playoffs this year. There's no doubt in my mind. I think they're still number one, by the way. Remember I did that video with you, Carcino? I still think they're number one.
Yeah. Oh, man. My Kings have been a disappointment this year, man. We've had a lot of injuries, but it's no excuse, man. But yeah, I don't want to take too much away from the topic, man. But
I hear you, man.
Kobe, man, this guy was he was a killer on the court, man. He was a killer. Yeah. And he's got he's got a hell of a legacy in the game of basketball. And like I said, he's the guy who emulated Michael the best. I mean, there's some guys that played their style around like Jordan, but he did it the best, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? He couldn't duplicate Michael, but he replicated him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, very good. And but even though Michael Jordan was an overall better player than Kobe, I will say though, there's nights that Kobe just had some amazing games. You know what I mean? It's not like he would be incapable of outplaying Michael in some games.
Oh yeah.
So it's just, I think Michael would outplay him most of the time, but it could go the other way. I'm not there's people that know a lot about basketball that will be like, oh, but look at the stats. And dude, honest to God, I analyze basketball the same way I analyze boxing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just watch. You know what I mean? Like I just watch the guy play, and I watch the type of impact he has on the game. I don't look at the stats at the end of the game. Like and at least from my vantage point, I'm not acting like I'm an expert. I'm not. But when I would watch Kobe play, like I just saw someone that had the qualities I look for, and just athletes, man. That just going out there and just giving it his not only his best, but looking for ways to win. Like never giving up. Like it's not over to the buzzer. You know what I mean? And that was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Like I want that ball. Like if we're gonna win, it's on me.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna blame somebody, you'll blame me. Fuck it. But I want the ball. You know what I mean? And look, and whether people like to admit it or not, you can look at all the stats you want. Okay. Oh, but in the last 2 minutes, let me tell you something, man. There's players out there that just they don't want the ball in the end. You know what I mean? Like when the game's on the line, they'll rather it be on somebody else because that's a high pressure situation. And Kobe, at least for me, always delivered. And by that, I don't mean he always won. I mean he was never shy, to go for it.
Yeah, and if the thing is with guys like Kobe and Jordan, they didn't always. I mean, we could add Larry Bird, Magic. I mean, a lot of guys over the years made a lot of big clutch baskets. They didn't always make them every time, but you know that it was like, man, if they missed, it was barely that, bounce in and out or something, like it was halfway down and it just popped out. Like, those guys, they were all special guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Kobe, man, it's still weird even doing this video, it's just, it's very weird. Like, man, he's gone, like it's crazy, man. But I do expect the Lakers to do something big for him. Probably like I hope they do put a statue of him out there in front of the Staples Center.
So you had a bunch of people today, right? They were like, or not. Let me reword that. Well, there was a bunch of people at the Staples Center, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but apparently officials told people, "Hey, don't gather at the Staples Center. We have the Grammys tonight."
Oh yeah,
dude, there was so much backlash, bro. Like, man, fuck the Grammys. Okay, like Staples is like the house Kobe built, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you? And by the way, they got to remove that De La Hoya statue and put Kobe statue there. By the way, okay, because like, do that one fight at Staples, and I think he lost the fight. Like, get the hell out of here.
Shane Mosley, yeah.
Are you kidding me? All right, but yeah, they got to put a Kobe Bryant statue. Should definitely be the only statue. Okay, that's Staples. I'll accept the Magic Johnson one, but it's all right.
And if I could throw, since you and I both have our boxing channels here on YouTube, I'm gonna criticize Kobe's defense when it comes to fisticuffs out there on the court, man. Because there was a time, I don't know if you remember, when the Knicks played the Lakers in the Staples Center, and him and Chris Childs got into it, and Childs hit him with a 2-piece. Boop boop. And Kobe just, you got to move your head, Kobe. Move your head,
That's all right, man. He's got that chin, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, look at that. He got 2-piece still standing.
Yeah.
Right? Man, but let me tell you something, bro. Basketball is not a gladiatorial sport. Like football, boxing, MMA. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I had my mic up. I apologize.
No, I hear you.
So, but to me, it did feel like dude was a warrior in that basketball. Like there's some guys like Jordan, like those dudes are warriors. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The way they approach the game, like they'll die for the damn ball they got to. That court doesn't tickle when you fall down. You know what I mean? So it's. Kobe's that dude, bro. You know what else Kobe did that LeBron never had the balls to do, bro? He got in dunk contests, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Won one, I think.
Yeah, he did. The first time he was in it, he won. It was 97, and that was what's so weird about that year was I think that after that year that he won it, they kind of did away. The NBA kind of did away with it for a couple of years. The dunk contest. I don't know why, man. I always enjoyed watching it myself. But
Right.
I think what would be cool
Doesn't
here,
make
man.
sense, bro. The dunk contest was like a staple of, you know. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch the dunk contest? That shit was fun.
Yeah, it was hella fun, man. I always enjoyed it. I think it would be cool, man. Being
But
that Kobe, again, he suddenly passed away today. I know that the All-Star break is coming up real soon. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll try to do something for him around the All-Star break.
well, here's what I heard.
This way the guys in the NBA could kind of go to the whatever
So
services or
this is
something.
Mannix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I've always said, I don't know how his basketball coverage is. His boxing is horrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
However, he had a great idea. I think it's a phenomenal idea. And I got to give credit where credit's due. And he said that in the All-Star game, one team should wear all number 8, and the other team should wear all number 24.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So, they're like both retired numbers. They could each represent Kobe Bryant in that sense. It is 2 different numbers for 2 different teams. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be a pretty cool thing, man. I seen today that a couple teams or a couple games at the beginning, both teams took the 24-second violation on the shot clock, which I thought was pretty cool. Paid tribute to Kobe Bryant. Seen a lot of guys writing stuff on the sneakers, on the games. A lot of people getting emotional, man. I seen Doc Rivers, coach of the Clippers, man. He kind of broke down, man, when he was asked, from the reporters, what he thought about it. And, it's a sad thing, man, to die that suddenly and that young. And then with children on the helicopter too, man. Golly, man.
And that's what I was saying, man. I was saying like the how the news just kept getting worse and worse. Like, okay, Kobe Bryant died. That's bad. You know what I mean? He died in a helicopter crash with 5 more people. That's bad. One of them's his daughter. Terrible. There's another kid. What? You know what I mean? And then, oh no, it's 9 people. Like, it's just like, man, the story just keeps getting like the news is getting worse and worse. And it was just like whatever I had planned today, bro. I just stayed home, bro. Like I didn't feel like doing anything. Like it just, it's just a terrible day.
Yeah, dude. I was already out. We went out early to go, run some errands, and then we were at a home and garden show looking at some stuff for our new place. And that's when I got the phone call, man. I literally got out of the parking lot, walking into the place, and I got the first phone call, and then I started getting text messages, more phone calls. Dude, my phone literally died. Like that's how much I was on my phone because people were telling me about, Kobe and the next thing, like you said, the news just kept getting worse and worse. And I'm checking my phone, reading, and it's just like, man, my phone was so off the hook. Like I said, it just died from everybody, talking about it. This is a very tragic thing, man. This is something that's going to be, talked about for years. Man, in a helicopter crash, like, wow. Oh, man, this is crazy, man. But, the guy, he was a great man. And my mom always had this saying, the greats always die young, It's not always the case, but a lot of times you do see that. Right now I'm seeing videos outside of Kobe Bryant's high school in Pennsylvania. They got jerseys, flowers, candles, all of his jerseys out there. I see number 8, 24. I see number 33, his high school number. Wow, a lot of love being showed, man. A lot of love.
Yeah, man. I remember when he like in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's Kobe Bryant. He was probably the biggest star in the Olympics. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so everybody will go up to him like, oh, Kobe, like all the other athletes. But then, like, the dude were like literally, he would be seen like at all these sporting events. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like just watching Messi play, like Argentina. And then asking Messi for his autograph. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, the dude just loves sports. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just like he didn't have to do all that. Like he's Kobe Bryant. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, he didn't have to go and like praise other athletes or anything like that. He just and if he didn't do it, nobody would even question it. But the fact that he did, the fact that I mean, he showed respect for other sports and he respected other athletes and their craft and talked about them in such high regard and you know what I mean? It's just mind boggling to me, because you just don't see that like with athletes really that much, not to that degree. Not when they're on the top on the mountaintop, man. But um, I gotta say, man, this is a sad day. It hit me hard, and I still don't believe it. Like I'm still kind of like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm gonna wake up any moment now and like oh okay it was just a dream and that's it. But like I know that's not gonna happen. But that's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I agree with you, man. It's weird, man. It's just a weird.
Speaking of weird, I mean,
feeling,
I'm glad AJ Tender showed up because we need somebody to get rid of these weirdos. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's a few of them in there. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, dude. I know what. Like, I mean, obviously, it's best not to even address them. Obviously, you know what I mean? Because that's what they're looking for attention. I'm gonna warn people. A lot of conspiracy, like there's a lot of stuff online that like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like usually this stuff doesn't get to me, but it was getting to me earlier today. Like I was seeing a lot of really pathetic posts out there.
You told me about that Chavez Jr. shit, man. That's oh my god.
Well, the Chavez Jr. I mean, basically what happened was it was on Instagram, dude. When I saw that screenshot, I didn't even believe it. I thought somebody's just trying to be an ass with Chavez or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Instagram myself and it was there. And Chavez, he said, like, oh, I'm looking at the news. It appears Kobe Bryant, I think it said futbolista. I have to go back and listen to it. I have it on my Twitter, but I think it said futbolista, which means soccer player. But nonetheless, he might have said, he might not have said that, but nonetheless, that's not here nor there. And it has a picture of Kobe shrugging. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's already like problematic. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? And then like another slide comes in, and I mean you've seen the image, right? So it already looks bad.
Yeah.
But he says, "Oh, it looks like he died in a helicopter crash." Yeah, that's why I don't fly planes. Then he laughs, and for some strange reason, he points the camera across the room, and then he ends the video. I don't know if he was trying to end the video or something. But I'm trying to understand it. Well, what is he thinking? What's the matter with him? If his dad died in a helicopter crash and somebody, like, there's no way you would post that.
No.
You know what I mean? Dude,
very
like,
low class.
If I die, if D-Style Boxing died in a helicopter crash, okay, there's no way G-Funk is gonna come on here and be like have a picture of me and be like, oh man, D-Style died in a helicopter crash, and then laugh and say that's why I don't ride helicopters. Have a picture of a helicopter and then end the video. What would people say about G-Funk?
Wow. I just wow. I'm just in shock. I remember when you sent me that, I was I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, wow, this guy is just low class, man. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I can't even wrap my head around thinking about doing something like that. Like even if, like I said, even if you didn't like the guy, like like
dude,
still,
I wouldn't do that
geez.
about Chavez Jr., bro. If Chavez Jr. died in a helicopter crash, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this is it's over. It's just there's certain lines you don't cross, bro. You know what I mean? And when someone passes away, it's almost like your duty to go out of your way to make sure you're not offensive. You know what I mean? You got to make sure about, like, it's like when you go to a funeral, like you know what I mean? You should be aware about how you should act. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all about
And,
respect, man. Like, believe me,
exactly.
man. I've been to funerals and I've known people that have passed away that you know I didn't have, I didn't like. Let's just say, but that doesn't mean I went out and was disrespectful about it. I just, it was what it was with him and I. So, but I wasn't like, I'm not gonna make funny videos or anything like that. Like that's just, I don't know, man. It's just really sick to me, man. Like you got to be a real
Well,
sick
the
person to do
best
that.
defense for Chavez Jr. would be, he didn't mean to make fun of the situation. He was just reporting on it, as if people look for Chavez Jr. for the most recent news. Okay, like you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Why would you put a cartoon helicopter with a picture of? And by the way, the image is worse, bro. It's like a GIF of Kobe Bryant shrugging. He's moving his shoulders. Like,
Wow,
what's wrong with this guy? Like, there's something mentally. There has to be something seriously wrong with him. And
I
and,
agree.
and to be honest with you, bro, like somebody screenshotted it and just said, "Oh, what a piece of shit." I say, you know what? I'm gonna put his name out there. You know what I mean? Like period. Like, it's just gonna happen. I don't know how. I already got like 300 views in it. I don't know how far it'll go, but you know, um, at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
I think that was low. And then there's some other people, bro, dude. I mean, Chavez Jr.'s one sticks out because he's a known professional boxer, right?
Hmm.
But a lot of these people are unknown individuals, of course. But dude, I don't even want to repeat some of the shit I saw, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
there's
know.
already some on your chat right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was some in there. I seen quite a few videos of people being disrespectful and things like that. That's just like I said, man. Something's got to be really wrong up here for
Yeah.
someone to do that, man.
Mhm.
Um, just crazy, man. But you know what? I don't want to give these assholes any more time. you know,
I
um,
hear you, man.
real quickly, man, because I gotta wrap this thing up here in
Sure.
probably about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Guys in the chat, I see AJ10. I see Afro Rican. I see Bruce. Um, if you guys have any memories, I don't know if Joe Lopez is still here or no, Paul. If you guys have any memories, good memories of Kobe, get them in the comment section real quick, and we'll talk about it. But D Style, man, just go ahead and I know you probably can't just point to one moment with Kobe, but if you could, try to find at least one
You know
to
what,
mention
bro?
right here.
When he was like, I forget, like 18, 19 years old, and he sized up Michael Jordan, okay? That said, I'm going to try and stop Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know if that's the bet, but it does come to mind. A kid out of high school saying, give me Michael Jordan. Like, are you crazy? He did it. You know what I mean?
Fearless, man.
Yeah, yeah. And, but, dude, there's so many game winning, like, I mean, he tortured the Suns a lot. Like, dude, the poor, the Kings. You know what I mean? Um, but the one moment, man, I posted it because it's a microcosm of everything he accomplished. You know what I mean? And the emotion he let out, like when it happened, and that's when he stood on top of that announcer's table, and he just screamed on the top of his lungs and put the 5 up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like like it's just like, dude, you already had 4 rings, and it's like he needed that 5th one like so bad, and you could just feel it, and it was such a great moment. I would say it's that one.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing that too. I watched, like I said, I watched this guy's entire
It
career,
was
man.
also the end of an era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that was pretty much it for the
Yeah.
Lakers, up until this point where they got LeBron, and now, you get LeBron, he's gonna bring people with him, man. That's just the way it is with
Yeah.
him. But let me read a few comments here before I go into my final memories of the great Kobe. Let's see. He says G Funk is a Kings fan and he respects. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said earlier, though, man, I had a hate for the guy when I was a teenager because he did so much damage to me. But as I got older, that kind of stuff just goes away. Like I was 18 years old at the time, 17, 18, something like that. When this rivalry was hot. So, of course I'm gonna be a little emotional about it, Afro G Rican says, I saw him 3 weeks ago. Wow. Damn. It's a little crazy there. Let's see. AJ Tan says, best Kobe memory was in the Olympics. Spain was about to beat the USA, and Kobe basically took over the game with the team and all. Yeah, man. The Redeem team, that was the year that they came back and won. He had a big role in getting the United States back into the gold medals. I think the addition of a guy like Jason Kidd also had a big impact on that team too. He's to me one of the best point guards to ever play the game, man. Afro G Rican says he was a great dude, really down to earth. AJ10, the game 7 was the hardest game for me to watch as a Lakers fan. Game 7 was it which one, man? Which series? There's a lot of game 7s with this guy. This guy's in the playoffs every year, man. So just about every year. So I mean, for me, man, it's just hard to really go into one memory. Again, even though I'm not a Lakers fan, but I did see this guy play a ton. And like I said, I remember his whole career, man. I remember when they drafted this guy. I think he had some ties with Brandy, the R&B singer. I think they were friends when he got drafted by the Lakers. So I mean, it was a big thing, man. I was just about to be middle school, and the next thing you know, a guy straight out of high school goes straight to the NBA, and it was a crazy thing then, man, because like you didn't see that, you never really seen that. I mean, I know Garnett did it a few years earlier, but it's like, this guy was just that good to go straight from high school to the NBA. But I have to say this, man, as much as it breaks my damn heart to say this, the best memories that I had with Kobe Bryant was that 2002 Western Conference championship, man, with the Kings, man. I mean, that series right there, man. I mean, you guys just can't imagine the height that the city was at, man. Like we should have had that damn series, man. And I'm not gonna go into the theories that I have about why we lost it, in the game 6 with the referees and all that type of stuff. That's for another time.
Dude,
but
the conspiracy theory is 2 words: Kobe Bryant.
And we did poison him with the cheeseburger.
Wow.
That was on the video I showed earlier, man. When I end this, go back and watch it. They talked about it on that video, but basically what happened was after game 1, I guess he ordered a cheeseburger from room service. The next day he had food poisoning, and that was the big story going into that game 2 was he going to play? Is he going to be, is he going to be effective if he plays, because he's been probably throwing up, most likely diarrhea all day, all night, So I mean, there was just a lot of good memories in that series.
He still did it, bro, and he still came out and he did his thing, bro. That's Kobe Bryant, bro, the Black Mamba. All right, and by the way, let me just read this really quick.
Go ahead, man.
TMZ: Kobe Bryant survived by wife and 4 daughters. That report was wrong. Okay, Kobe Bryant did die. Okay, however, people got to be careful with what they report. Just report what you know. Okay, Fox: Kobe Bryant and 3 others killed. Turns out that wasn't entirely true. More people were killed. ABC: Kobe Bryant and 4 children killed. You know what I mean? So the media has a big responsibility to be accurate with their story. Just report what you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop trying to be first and be accurate. Just say, we don't know how many people died. We know Kobe Bryant was one of them. We're waiting for whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, especially in this age, bro, where everybody's calling news fake and all this, that. Like, you have to be accurate with what you report. You know what I mean? Just because you're correct about Kobe dying, that doesn't mean you're being accurate about everything else. So I just want to say that. I also want to read these. This just very interesting fact, by the way. So Donald Trump had tweeted right afterwards, reports are that basketball great Kobe Bryant and 3 others have been killed in a helicopter crash in California. This is terrible news. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then Obama came out about 30 minutes later and tweeted the following. He said, Kobe was a legend on the court and just getting started in what he would have been just as meaningful second act. To lose Guyana is even more heartbreaking to us as parents. Michelle and I send love and prayers to Vanessa and the entire Bryant family on an unthinkable day. And not to be outdone, um, Donald Trump tweeted the same thing. He said, Kobe Bryant, despite being one of the most truly great basketball players of the time, was just getting started in life. He loved his family so much and had such a strong passion for the future. The loss of his beautiful daughter, Gianna, makes this moment even more devastating. Melania and I send our warmest condolences to Vanessa and the wonderful Bryant family. May God be with you all. So he copied the tweet, bro.
In classic fashion, classic Donald Trump
Unbelievable,
fashion.
He just switched up a couple words. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Mhm. And like you said here, AJ 10's talking about it also. Rick Fox was dead for like 10 minutes. You know, my dad called me and told me that too. He goes, they think Rick Fox was on the, it
What?
was with him too. And I was like, and then that thing kind of went away, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think they reported he wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's important, man, that this gets verified. Don't just say it as a matter of fact. Like, oh, Kobe Bryant survived by. You don't even know who was in the helicopter with him. You know what I mean? Wait for more things to come out. That's all. Just be responsible. And you know what? In all seriousness, shout out to he behaved. The President Trump behaved for a day. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
A few more comments here. Let's see. Joe Lopez, 40 ounces, says the theories of the referees helping the Lakers against the Kings is a fact. The head referee admitted it to this a year. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. Again, like I said, I don't want to make it.
I didn't see the refs doing fadeaways, bro.
Here's what I'm going to say, because I don't want to make this about attacking Kobe or anything like that, because this is something tragic, and I'll talk about this at another time eventually. But hey, man, you guys had 27 foul shots in that fourth quarter of that game 6. I'm just going to say that. All right, we'll put that out there.
Well, that's what happened. We trying to grapple, 10 dudes on Shaq and say, "Oh, that's not a foul." You couldn't stop Shaq, so you guys started to like pile on the dude, and then you cry when they call it a foul. I'm just saying.
Those are that to me right there. That series is the best memories of Kobe Bryant that I have. Like I said, even though we lost that series and we would have went on to sweep the Nets just like the Lakers did in the finals. Like I said, it was just so much hype in the city. Everybody was just into the games. Everybody was. I mean, streets were empty. Everybody's at home watching these games. I was actually down there in LA for games 2 and 3 for my uncle's wedding, up there against Lakers, all Lakers everywhere, man. It was, man, I got to be honest, man, one of the best times of my life dealing with that, and watching my Kings against the Lakers. And like I said, man, defeating that team with Shaq and Kobe was like trying to climb Mount Everest, man. Like, it was an impossible thing for us to do. And we were right there, man, right there,
Let me tell you, man, Shaq Kobe was one of the toughest matchups you could face. You know what I mean? Because you stop one, you couldn't, you know what I mean? Even if you stop one, you still have to deal with the other one. So it's a hell of a challenge. I want to thank you for having me on, G-Fun.
Oh, man, anytime. Let's see, one more comment. It says, Bruce says, I can't imagine what his wife must be going through. You know what, man? I hate to do comparisons when it comes to these kind of things. But, my daughter had a very rough entrance into this world, man. And my wife and I mean, we got bad news every day, and we were in the hospital for over a month with her when she was born. And I mean, it's a terrible, terrible feeling, I just, man, it's everybody, like I said, everybody handles these things differently. But all the money in the world, and she's got all the money in the world, that can't make up for the pain, that she's going through right now.
Let me
Not
tell you
only her
something.
husband, but her daughter too. It's just, man.
Like she would give up every dollar to get her daughter and husband back. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like that's
And I've seen some people say things like, well, she'll be all right. She's got millions. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. But still, like you said, no amount of money can fill that void, man. They're gone.
People think that being all right financially means you're all right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like, you know what I mean? Like that's like such an ignorant way of thinking. It's because being all right financially is just, it really just comes down to what you want. There's people that don't need a lot in life. So even if they just make 30,000 a year, if that's all they need, they're fine financially, right? By definition. Yeah. But money does not buy you happiness. That's not saying. And I know people always say, "Oh, give me $1 million, I'd be happy."
Okay.
If that's like, I'm just telling you, man. That's it may bring you you might be happy temporarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But lifelong happiness, you know what I mean? It's just a different thing. And I got to tell you, bro, I cannot even begin to imagine what his daughters and wife are going through right now. You know what I mean? So my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to them.
Absolutely, man. Mine too. AJ10, wow. That right there, that comment right there, wow. I didn't even think about that. He never got a chance to make his Hall of Fame speech.
That would have been something.
That's wow. I didn't even think about that because I'm just so caught up in everything happening, all the news, coming in.
By the way,
and he's a for sure guy to make it to the Hall of Fame too, and he won't get a chance.
It's such a different topic, but dude, like, I hate this 5-year rule. Like when a dude retires, like, you should know he's a Hall of Famer now. Like Kobe's a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just put him in now. Like, the Hall of Fame should be able to put him in tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Yeah, we don't have to wait. You don't got to wait to put Kobe Bryant in the Hall of Fame. You know he's a Hall of Famer. Like, there's, how they say, oh, he's not a Hall of Fame. He's a first ballot. Like, Kobe's guys like Kobe, Jordan, hell, even LeBron. You know what I mean? Guys like that. If there's something above first ballot, like, they're that. You know what I mean? I don't know what you would call that. Like, automatic Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt about that. Wow, that's gonna be quite a scene, man. When his number's called to go into the Hall of Fame.
By the way, the Lakers are playing the Clippers soon. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Man, dude, that's gonna be an emotional game, man. Wow. That's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that game.
Yeah, I seen on the Kings Twitter they're doing a lot of honoring of Kobe and things like that. I'm really want to see what they're gonna do. They play tomorrow in Minnesota, so I'll be tuning in to that game to see what they do. If both teams do anything during the game, but yeah, man.
And by the way, man, whatever you guys do this coming week, whenever you get a chance, man, okay, go find a basketball court, get a basketball, and even if you can't do it, try it anyway. Do a fadeaway, okay, for Kobe Bryant, and keep doing it till you get that damn ball in the basket, okay.
I'm still gonna be that guy when I'm sitting my ass on the couch and I need to throw something away and I'm too lazy to get up and I want to just throw it in the trash. I'm still gonna be Kobe.
Right. Do a fadeaway for Kobe, man.
Oh man, you're right, man. You're absolutely right. Next time I get out there and play, man, with my friends, I'll definitely do one of his famous moves out there if I can. I'm getting up there in age, but I used to be able to play back in the day, man. I was pretty good,
and definitely looking forward, man. This week, of course, I mean, I'm still kind of off this week, but next week, man, gonna get back rolling with the weekend shows and stuff like that. So everybody be on the lookout for that. Right? Gonna roll out, man.
I'll be ready, man. But thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Had to do this one for the legend, man. He's an all-time great, and it's a tragedy, man. But I just want to say one more time, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and all the other victims of the helicopter crash, man. Prayers go out to your guys' families to, heal up fast, and it's a shock, man. It's a shock.
Yeah, for sure. All right, bro.
All right, guys, have a good one, man. Rest in peace, Kobe. We'll
Rest
see
in
you on the
peace.
next one.